Today we're going to be studying mathematics.
And emerges from the second mirror.
These words sound
Be your teacher for today.
Yes, this is MSI EduTech where you learn at ease. It brings education to your doorstep. My name is Mr. John Dalton, so I'll be teaching you mathematics. I'll make sure I'll break it down to your understanding. Okay, the topic for us today is surd. Before we talk about this topic surd, we must talk about rational numbers and irrational numbers. Rational numbers are those numbers that can be expressed as an exact fraction, while irrational numbers are those numbers that cannot be exact fractions. Examples are, let's take this example. Examples of rational fraction. Rational fractions. Examples, they are like 1/2. But example of irrational fractions. Irrational fractions. Example we have is like something like √2. Okay, so if you want to differentiate between rational fraction and irrational fractions, they are numbers that have exact square root. Rational fractions are fractions that have exact square root, while irrational numbers are numbers that do not have what? Exact square root. Okay, I have surd. Surd in this sense is the combination. Surd is the combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. That's the definition of surd, is the combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers. So since we have the introduction of this topic already, so let's take few examples. Okay, fine. Let's consider the first question, which is Roman figure 1. Before you solve, you must write your solution to show that you are organized. So if you have √8, then you think of two numbers, one rational number and one irrational number, that will give you exactly what? √8. If you have this, you have 4 times 2. The 4 in this sense is a rational number, while the 2 cannot be expressed, which is an irrational number. So you have if you can break it down to 4 times √2, then the square root of 4 is 2, which is exact, which defines a rational number. So, but this √2 is not exact, which defines what? An irrational number, which is 2√2. Okay, so if we consider the second question, which is √20, then I have 4 times 2. 4 times 5, sorry, will give me 20. And then if we split it, now √4 times √5. So we are trying to simplify this. Then the root of 4 will give me 2, while that of 5 is not exact. So I have it 2√5. Okay, so let's consider Roman figure 3. I believe you are following me because it's just a revision for those that are in higher grade, which is grade 12. So let's consider √18. √18 can be simplified to √9 times √2. √9 times √2, 1 is rational and 1 is what? Irrational. √9 is what? √9 will give you 3 times √2, which is equal to 3√2. Alright, let's consider Roman figure 4. Roman figure 4 will give you 2√50. Of course, 50 can be simplified to be 2√25 times 2, Then we have 2 equals to 2 root 25 can give you 5 times root 5 times 2. Then we have 2 root 5 will give you what? 5. Then we are left with what? Root 2. Please, root 2 is part of it. Then our final answer is 10 root 2. Alright, our next question is number 5, which is root 200. Root 200, you have to split this to one rational number and to another irrational number. So if you have this, the easiest way to do this is 200. 200 can split it into 100 times 2. 100 times 2. 100 times 2. Therefore, you have root 100 times root 2 will give you what? Root 200. So if we have this, then the square root of 100 is what? The square root of 100 is equals to what? 10. Why root 2 doesn't have a direct square root, so you leave it in that form. So you have as what? Root 2. So you have simplified this. So we are going to other operations. It's different. This is just simple. It's just kind of introduction. But the operation with surd, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Is that taken? So I'm going to make you pass through this one after the other. So I'm going with operation with surd. Operation with surds. So first I'll be dealing with addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction. So under addition and subtraction, we have this question, which is root 8 plus root 18, and the other one is root 20 minus root 5. Okay, let's find solution to the first question. Solution. I have root 8, which is Roman figure 1, root 8 plus root 18. So we have to simplify this and get a final answer. So if we have this, simplify 8 into a rational number and to an irrational number, I'm going to have 4 times 2. Of course, 4 has direct square root, but 2 doesn't have direct square root. So now, also for root 18, I'm going to simplify it as root 9 times root 2. So if I have this, then I can finally simply expand it to be root 9 times root 2. If I have this, then square root of 4, which is the rational number in this sort, we have is what? 2. Why this one becomes root 2 plus this one becomes the square root of 9 is what? 3. Why root 2 doesn't have a square root, so you leave it like that. Then in this case, we factorize. We factorize, that is, root 2 and root 2, they are common to both root 2, 2 root 2, and 3 root 2. So I have root 2 in bracket 2 plus 3, then root 2 in bracket 5. So finally I can say 5 root 2 is my final answer. Alright.
Okay.
Roman figure 2, I have root 20 minus root 5. Then root 20, let's simplify that to a rational number and to a non-rational number. I'm going to have 4 root 5. I told you earlier that a rational number is a number that can easily be simplified or has a direct square root, but an irrational number do not have direct square root. Is that taken? For this case, root 4 has a direct square root of 2, but root 5 do not have direct square root. Alright, I believe you understand that. So root 4, I'm going to have root 4 times root 5. Then for this one, I have root 5. Then root 4 will give me 2. So which is 2 root 5 minus root 5. Then if I simplify, root 5 is common. Root 5, sorry, is 5. 5 is common to 2 minus 1. Then I have root 5 to be what? Bracket 1. Then the answer is what? Root 5. So that is the subtraction of root 20 minus root 5 will finally give us root 5. Alright, so I'm going to the second stage, which is the multiplication of surds. Okay, let's consider multiplication of surds. So if we have this question, root 6 times root 9, on figure 1, and this question, root 3 times root 27, and the third one is root 27 times root 15. Roman figure 1 is root 6 times root 9. Root 6, you have to simplify that to be what? 2 times 3, that will give you 6, and this will give you 3 times 3. So let's simplify it singly. We are going to have root 2 times root 3 times root 3 times root 3. So if we have this, then if you have two roots that are the same, you have it as 3, then you have 3 root 2 times root 3. So you are going to finally have 3 root 6. That's what you have for this. I believe you understand, which is 2 root 3, 3 times root 3. This, of course, the square root of 9, you know it will give you what? 3. And then root 6, because it cannot be simplified, though it has 2 irrational numbers, but no rational number. So that's why it remains as root 6. Alright, let's consider Roman figure 2. Roman figure 2, in Roman figure 2 you have root 3 times root 27. Root 3 cannot be simplified more than this, but root 27 can be simplified. 27, if you want to consider this, you want to consider 27. Okay, let's find the factors of 27. So you have what can go? 3 can go to the 7 to be 9. Then 3 can go into 9 to be 3. And 3 can go to be 1. So this is wonderful. That means to say, to get 27, you have to have 3 times 3 times 3. So 27 in this case will come into this root to be what? Times 3 times 3 times 3. So therefore, we have root 3 times root 3 times root 3 times root 3. Okay, so if you have same root that are double, it gives you 3. Another same root that are double, it gives you 3. So your answer is going to give what? 9. I believe you understand this. So based on what you have learned today, I'm going to give you some fun so you can enjoy yourself when you get home. Simplify the following. It's simple. It's very simple. Simplify the following. Express a single surd. 15 root 3. I know you know that. But don't copy my work. 15 root 5. 15 root 5. And the next one is 2 root 5. So Roman figure 2, simplify. A, 3 root 5 plus 5 root 25. B, 20 root 3 minus 15 root 9. Let me explain this. If you look at this very well, these operations of surd under addition and subtraction. But don't copy my work. Alright, have a wonderful time and stay blessed.
Today we're going to be studying mathematics.
And emerges from the second mirror.
These words sound
Be your teacher for today.